Hey lovely ladies, it is Susie Ashworth here, founder of the Baby Business School and the Calm Birth School, and today I wanted to have a chat with you about how to ensure that you can make your business stand out in an increasingly saturated marketplace. But before we get going, hey Helen, I'm just going to see if I can share this live into a couple of groups. Hey Ray, so bear with me a moment while I have, is it coming up? Darn it, it's not coming up. Hey April, where am I? Can someone do me a favour? Could you share this into the pre and postnatal specialists group, or maybe even somebody into the the Baby Business School group? That would be amazing. Hi Gorge. So look, I wanted to talk about this because whether you are a hypnobirthing instructor, an antenatal practitioner, a baby massage person, a sleep consultant, what I see with your prenatal yoga, what I see from the women in the Baby Business School group, thanks Ray, and also from the women in the pre and postnatal group, there are loads of us. There are absolutely loads of us. And I think that whilst we talk about sisterhood and we talk about kind of being in it with each other, and we talk about supporting each other, which is one of the things that I absolutely love about the Baby Business School, because I feel like we do support each other. Underneath that, oh yeah, you're doing really well and here's some tips and here's some advice, I feel like there is often a sense of, oh, fantastic, cool, April. I feel like often there is a sense of fear, anxiety, or scarcity that there isn't quite enough to go around. And I think that these are really, really valid emotions, particularly when your business isn't bringing in the revenue or you're not attracting the clients that you would love to be attracting on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Those feelings are absolutely valid. And I think that one of the biggest issues that we as business owners have to address is, how do we stand out? How do we make ourselves unique? How do I position myself differently from everybody else that is doing the same thing in our market? And I feel like this is one of the things that is missed time and time again. And it's one of the things, I think, particularly when you're working for a strong brand. So, for example, for instructors that come on board with the Calm Birth School, I make it really, really clear, or we make it really, really clear, that the Calm Birth School is your tool. But if you want to stand out from the crowd, and I will talk about the Calm Birth School until the cows come home, that's absolutely fine. I will be looking after that side of things. But if you want to build your brand, you have to be really, really clear on what makes you unique. Now, I have resisted sharing the next part of this message for a long, long time, because I've been worried about how people might respond to what I'm about to say. But I think that it is really, really important. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you will know quite frequently I say you do not need to get any more certificates. You do know enough. You don't need to be kind of getting X, Y, and Z in order to sell yourself. And I absolutely believe that. I think the interesting thing is by the time you get into the pre and postnatal group or join the Baby Business School, you probably already have 3, 4, 10 different types of qualifications. And I think that when you're in that position, you have got something that you can run with. And I absolutely believe that you should be taking whatever the foundation is for what you do. So whether that is hypnobirthing, whether you're a breastfeeding consultant or a sleep consultant, you should be taking the foundation of that and then seeing how you can incorporate your own unique skills and qualifications to rebrand, reposition, or repackage whatever it is that you're selling. Does that make sense? So rather than coming to the table and saying I'm another hypnobirthing instructor, if you are great at Reiki, then you should be talking about hypnobirthing or birth preparation with meditations, with affirmations, and also group Reiki sessions. You know, you should be thinking about how you can take your knowledge and add extra value either into the work that you're doing with clients or offline into, just as I'm talking about Reiki, the Reiki Master Sophie pops up. Hey Sophie. Or you should be taking that online and seeing how you can add unique value in terms of the information and the knowledge that you share. You should be sharing that in the group so that you're offering a completely different flavour and a different feel. So, you know, April, you have done that with the VBAC school. You know, you could have been, you talked about hypnobirthing, you know, you've talked about yoga, you've talked about active birthing, and then you've put the slant on it. As always, Sophie. You put the slant on it there. By having your niche and specialising in VBAC education. So that's the first thing. You need to be packaging up all of your skills and rebranding the foundation of what it is that you do so that you can genuinely say that nobody is offering something like I'm offering because I'm putting X, Y and Z there. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you know that this is going to annoy you, I know, but unless you're able to pay for traffic, you need to be creating content like this, like blogs, like YouTube videos, like Instagram, you know, having your Instagram feed, but you need to be creating consistent content. And because it's so competitive now, you know, when I think about when the Baby Business School started, I don't really think that there were a huge number of people doing blogs at all, let alone on a regular basis. And now, after doing things like the Visibility Challenge, I know that there are a lot more people doing video, which is great. I know that there are a lot more people blogging, which is great, but people are doing it inconsistently. And so when you are, and I want to acknowledge that you can only do what you can do, and if you are at the stage of your business where you want to spend your attention focusing on your kids and you want to push it later, or you only have an hour a week, then you can only do what you can do in an hour a week. But whilst I hate the word realistic, understand that if you are only doing one blog once a week or once every other week, you're not going to get the same type of cut through as somebody who is producing regular content on a much more frequent and consistent basis. So I want you to really take that on board. And I also want you to take on board that what I'm talking about doesn't need to be online all of the time. If your business is local, then make sure that you're consistently talking to people in your local area. And again, the more frequently you can connect with those people and hold events and organise things for the local community, again, the more business you're going to get, the more cut through you're going to get, the more you're going to be top of mind when your local practitioners and complementary therapists, when they get asked a question about who they should be working with, because you're always there, you are going to be the person that they refer to. So you can really apply what I'm saying both online and offline. So frequency and consistency. So the first thing is repackage what it is that you're doing. You know, I've said to you, Ashley, so many times I feel like you're in a very, very unique position with the counselling work that you do, and in terms of preparing parents for what happens after birth from that relationship perspective. That is such a beautiful package that you should be promoting on your website, absolutely. So, repackage the foundation of what it is that you're doing. The second thing is be creating content or be a constant presence, both either online or offline within your local community if it is your desire to stay local. Frequency, I can't emphasize enough. The more frequently you can do this stuff, even if it's a 5-minute post a day, the bigger impact it's going to have on your business. The third thing I want to say is your tone of voice is your magic. Hey, Olivia. Your tone of voice is your magic. That is the most important element of everything that you do. And so it's interesting, I had a little bit of a rant yesterday or the day before, which is totally my tone of voice, but I think that even when I'm not kind of high octane, like I was the other day, you can still hear me through everything I do and say. And I think that there's a great opportunity for you when you look at generally what the tone of voice that people are using. Most people are not going unique. Most people are not being themselves. Most people are still doing and saying what it is they think they should be saying. Most people, like I said, a few posts ago, remove the filter. And I think that the more true to yourself, the more you can talk to people on a platform like this, on your blog post, or even if you're standing up in front of a prenatal yoga group, the more you can talk as though you are talking to your best friend, or the person that you trust with your most intimate secrets, where you can be totally honest, and the more that you can convey that in your own professional messaging, you create, that's your secret sauce. That's you, If you've rebranded and repackaged what it is that you're presenting, and you're creating frequent and consistent content, either online or offline, and creating content offline can be you, talking to people about what it is that you do, and then you ensure that you are speaking with your own unique tone of voice. Absolutely, you are elevating yourself above what everyone else is doing. You can truly start to say and believe it that what you are offering is different. The fourth thing is a kind of something to steer clear of, is once you hear 2, 3, 5 people saying the same thing, or once you see a craze, a trend, whether it comes to products or services, really, really be clear about whether you want to dip your toe in that water. I encourage you to really say something different, do something differently, rather than kind of jumping on the bandwagon, even if it looks like the best business model, even if it looks like the best product, even if it looks like the best service. Do something different, identify the gap. And this really comes back to rebranding and packaging. If you are going to do something similar to what somebody else is doing, really be clear on what your unique proposition is. Is it better? Is it faster? Is it quicker? Is it more convenient? Does it look nicer? All of those things are really, really important when it comes to identifying whether your brand is going to be able to step up and above, or elevate yourself away from that kind of grabby competition sense. Tracy is just saying, I'm struggling getting hypnobirthing clients. It's very frustrating. I'm all over Facebook and social media. So it's not just about being all over Facebook and social media. It's about offering really relevant, valuable, helpful content in your voice. If you are all over Facebook and social media sharing other people's content, all you're doing is promoting them. I find there are very few people that I work with or observe that are sharing their own content on a regular basis that is helpful and valuable, and who have been doing this on a consistent basis, who are aligned with what it is that they are doing. So they love what they're doing. They're not doing it because they think they should be doing it. They're doing it because they really couldn't imagine themselves doing anything else. That I can't give you any examples of people with the mindset and the alignment and who are offering valuable, useful content, who are saying that they're not getting anywhere. I have midwives with massive competition doing hypnobirthing in new business. Yes, I'm out talking to people too. So, but this is my point. When you say I'm doing hypnobirthing, how is your hypnobirthing different from what the midwives are offering? How are you rebranding and repackaging? That's the first point. There's no way to slice this and dice this in any other way. The marketplace has become increasingly saturated, and it will continue to have more and more people training to becoming hypnobirthing instructors. So if you're in a competitive place, how are you positioning your service so that it's different from what the midwives are offering and what the other people in your area are offering? Can you honestly say that when people look at your website, they know who you are, what you stand for, and why your course, your program, why spending time with you is going to feel different from any other person's website that they go and search on? Can you name one or two things that makes your offering unique? Helen Wright, currently planning a local event with 2 other local baby businesses. Very excited about that. That's the other thing. I think that collaboration can be really, really effective, particularly when you are collaborating with people who are offering complementary services to what you're doing and also have a great presence. There's absolutely nothing wrong with people who are all starting out together collaborating, but you're obviously going to get much more traction if you're working with people who have a little bit more of a foothold in what it is that in the area that you're working in, so in the baby niche. And no live feeds on my kids, and do live feeds when my kids are around. Yep. Offering the fact that I'm a midwife too and a hypnotherapist, was advised to increase my prices. So, but even this sentence, I would say, offering the fact that you're a midwife too means that you're a midwife as well as the other hypnobirthing midwives in your area. So that's not a unique selling point anymore. So the fact that you're a hypnotherapist, maybe, but then how are you incorporating the hypnotherapy element into the package and making sure that that is communicated effectively when people are looking at your offerings? So that would be my task for you, is to look at how you can incorporate that. Yeah. An independent midwife, I mean. Yeah, so you can see people in their homes, but what I'm saying is that when people go onto your website and your hypnobirthing offering is there, how does it look different from other people's hypnobirthing offerings? So you're a midwife, but you are also competing with NHS midwives who are offering lower priced services, I'm sure, if not free services. So how can you incorporate the fact that, how do you demonstrate the value of being an independent midwife who also is a hypnotherapist, who also is a hypnobirthing instructor? So look, that is it from me today, lovelies. To quickly recap, repackage and rebrand the foundation of what you are offering to incorporate the other skills and services that you have under your belt. Make sure that you are out and about talking to people locally if you're keeping your business local. If you want to have a national or international brand, then you need to be creating content and you need to be doing it frequently. The more content that you can create, the better. That is how you get cut through in a busy market. Thirdly, you need to be using your own tone of voice. So you need to be making sure that you are, you're communicating you. And one of the easiest ways to do this is, am I saying this as though I was speaking to one of my best friends? If you can nail that, then excellent. And I cannot remember the fourth thing. Actually, the fourth thing was just try not to jump on bandwagons. You know, really, and if you are going to jump on a bandwagon, make sure that you're unique. You're very, very clear on your unique perspective. Okay, my lovelies. Mwah! Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. In fact, before I go, I have one more space left on my Monetize Your Magic. I like that. Maybe that's for the next round. Monetize Your Message group coaching program. We start on the 24th of April. It is most appropriate for people who have a big message that they want to share, people that are looking to really go beyond local or do something very big on a local scale, and they want help maintaining their mindset. So having mindset mentoring every single day, and know that with the right support and accountability, I will be able to help them implement the strategy to turn their dreams into a reality. So if you're interested in that, then please drop me a message. It's a premium program, so you have to be, you have to want to go big on your business for it to make sense. But yeah, I've got one space left and 5 amazing women in there so far. So I would love it if you feel called to speak to me more, then drop me a message. Okay. Love you. Bye.